Hello, I'm Kate Freeman, and this is the Daily Dollop. On this episode of the Daily Dollop, I'm going to talk about the key principles of weight loss to help you succeed and chat about building healthy snacking habits to help you achieve your goals. Well, welcome to the show. We are talking snacking and weight loss today. My name's Kate Freeman. I'm a registered nutritionist and the founder of the Healthy Eating Hub. And fun fact about me is that I am addicted to solving problems. I really love it. I'm a dog with a bone. If there's something wrong, I gotta fix it. And then when I do fix it, it's just like this little spark bubble on the inside of me that I'm like, woohoo, I'm the smartest person ever. I don't know, it just makes me feel really good. And you know, I particularly like it when my husband can't solve the problem and then I come in and I'm like, let me have a look at this. And then I fix it. And then he sort of looks at me in awe as I walk away. Anyway, it's a great feeling. I love solving problems, although it has a tendency to send me down a rabbit hole, which is also not a great thing because I can get distracted with them and I just sometimes need to let it go. But on to snacking and weight loss. Can the two things go together? Frequently people would say, oh, I don't think they can. And it makes sense because most of us associate snacking with ultra-processed, high-energy foods that are easy to overeat. Think chips, chocolate, cake, biscuits, right? Things that are quite high energy, low in nutrition. It's easy to eat too much of those things. And then, of course, we're consuming too much energy and it makes creating an energy deficit really difficult to occur. The truth that you need to know about weight loss, though, and whether or not you can snack within a healthy weight loss eating pattern is that snacking in and of itself is not a driver of weight loss. Creating an energy deficit is. And so an energy deficit isn't simply just, eating less and moving more. It's being quite intentional about knowing what your body's daily energy needs are, so taking into account your age and your gender and your activity levels and knowing how much on average you expend and your body uses, and then intentionally eating a little bit less food than that. And so the energy coming in through food is that little bit less than energy being expended. And so of course your body finds that extra energy from your fat stores, and that's how we lose weight. Your energy deficit needs to be significant, so it needs to be big enough for your body to want to go to your fat stores to find the extra energy. It needs to be consistent, so it needs to be there every single day, and it needs to be prolonged. And so an energy deficit for 3 days or 7 days isn't really enough time. It needs to go for weeks and months in order to achieve true fat loss results. Any fluctuations that you have on the scales over days are not fat changes, they're fluid changes, whether you've weighed or not, how much water your body's holding on to, how much food is in your gastrointestinal tract. So it's really thinking about your long-term creation of an energy deficit over weeks and months that's going to result in true fat loss and weight loss. And the woo that really permeates our culture, most of that is around weight loss. Our culture is obsessed with losing weight. We're obsessed with being thin. And pretty much most of the food rules have originated because each particular fad diet or weight loss program or meal plan created a set of rules that if you follow these rules, you'll create the energy deficit required to lose weight. So, Weight Watchers, which has the point counting system based on food portions, if you count your points up based on what you're eating and you stay at or below a certain number, you're going to be in an energy deficit. That's why Weight Watchers works. If you are following light and easy and having pre-prepared meals delivered to you, and you only eat the meals that they provide you and nothing else, those meals have been calorie controlled so that you're in an energy deficit. Stick to that long enough, you lose weight. Ketogenic diets work, one, because there is a slight shift in your metabolism, but also that has to be combined with an energy deficit. The very nature of cutting out major food groups, grains, legumes, dairy, fruit, means that you're much more limited in your food choices, and it's much easier to create an energy deficit for you to lose weight. They all work like that, and the food rules have come about because they're like, don't eat after 4 p.m. Well, that's just one way that can help you create a deficit. Fast 2 days a week. Again, just one way that you can create a deficit. And so what we actually need to think about is that if we want to include snacking within our diet but also lose weight, is we want to ensure that we know, one, what our daily energy needs are in order to achieve our goals, and two, just make sure that our snacks fit within that energy amount. So what we like to do at our clinics when we're teaching people about weight loss is we call it an energy budget. So kind of like a regular financial budget, you have a certain amount that you can spend each fortnight as your pay comes in. You can think about your energy in that same way. So you have an energy budget every day, and each time you have something to drink or eat or have a meal or snack, you're eating away at that budget. And so the truth actually is, and all of the scientific research points towards it, is that you can eat however you want, in whatever way you want, and you will lose weight provided that you have created a significant and consistent energy deficit sustained over the long term. And that's simply the truth. However, we know that yes, if you've got an energy deficit that's consistent and sustained, etc., that's not often the only thing that's going to work. And sometimes if we're just purely focusing on calories, we're actually neglecting this whole other area of our nutrition, which is what's called diet quality. And so to just simply be fully focused on calories and energy and neglect other elements of our nutrition is quite inferior, because we also know that not all calories are created equal because they come from different types of foods. And you might remember from previous episodes where I compared an apple to some Coca-Cola. So one large apple and 250 mils of Coke contain the same amount of calories. It's 100 calories. So if you were calorie counting to lose weight, it doesn't matter what you have for your afternoon snack. If that 100 calories fits within your total daily energy budget, have the apple, drink the Coke, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. But we know, though, that the apple is the healthier choice, and it's got nothing to do with calories or sugar, because they both have the same amount of sugar. It's got everything to do with nutrient density. So the apple is more nutrient dense. We've got 5 grams of dietary fiber, vitamin C, antioxidants, nutrients locked up into that food. And so what we want to do is, if weight loss is our goal, but we also are wanting to lose weight in a healthy and sustainable way, is that we also need to think about our overall diet quality. And when we're consuming whole, minimally processed foods from a range of different food groups, we're going to maximize our nutrient density as well as stay within our energy budget. And we also know that minimally processed plant-based foods, particularly vegetables and legumes and fruits, are quite low in energy, high in fiber, they fill us up, so it naturally makes it easier for us to stick to our energy budget than it is if we were getting our energy from more processed, more energy dense foods. And so what I want to do to wrap up this episode is just give you some ideas of 100 calorie snacks. And I'm going to give you ideas from both whole foods, minimally processed foods and ultra processed foods. And if you get a chance within the next couple of days is to have a look at each of those foods, 100 calories of each of those foods, and look at the different volumes that those foods have. Try eating them, see what makes you feel full, makes you feel more satisfied, or in some instances just hits that sugar craving on the head. So the reason that I've picked 100 calorie snack ideas is because the average person, in order to lose weight, needs between 1,200 calories at the minimum end, which is a small inactive person, all the way up to sometimes 2,000 calories a day, which is a large, highly active person, in order for them to achieve weight loss. There's a pretty big range there. But, if you're needing to stick to between 1,500, 1,600 calories in order to achieve weight loss, that's a pretty moderate energy deficit, so it's not too strict. It's quite slow, steady weight loss. If you're doing really nice, full-filling meals, you're kind of looking then at an energy budget of between 200 to 300 calories to spend on your snacks. And so I kind of like to think, all right, if you've got a couple of 100 calorie snack ideas up your sleeve and you trial them, find what works for you, it should mean that you can be able to automate some of those snack habits so that you've got things that are quick and easy and can help you stay consistent in the creation of that energy deficit so that you can achieve your goals. So, some 100 calorie snack ideas. 1 tub of Chobani, the high protein, low fat yogurt, around 100 calories. It's 14 raw almonds. It's 1 carrot and 2 tablespoons of hummus. It's 1 banana, or it's 1 apple, or it's 1 orange. It is 250 mils of Coke. So if you go and buy a can of Coke, I want you to measure out 250 mils. That's your 100 calories, if that's what you choose for your snack. It's 1 large, like extra large boiled egg. In fact, that's a bit less than 100 calories. It's closer to 80. But I didn't want to say, have 1 1/4 eggs, because that's weird. It's 95 grams of tuna, drained. It's about a tablespoon of peanut butter on 2 Cruskets. It's a small, skinny cappuccino. It's 4 squares of chocolate. It's 1 Tim Tam, and it's a whole punnet of strawberries. So those are 100 calorie snack options that you can pick and choose from depending on what you need. Some days 4 squares of chocolate is going to be exactly what you need, and maybe you want to pair that with a punnet of strawberries so that it fills you up and you've got a 200 calorie snack option there that satisfies your sweet craving but gives you lots of nutrition as well. Maybe you want to keep tins of tuna in your desk at work, or boil some eggs in advance, or make sure there's always a fruit bowl with bananas, apples and oranges ready to go, so you've got a quick, easy 100 calorie snack option to keep you going in between meals. But absolutely, you can include snacking within your weight loss goals. It's just about being smart about it and then starting to think about what are some habits, behaviors and routines that can help me be consistent. I always like to encourage all of my clients and members that you want to think about losing weight in the same way that you intend on maintaining it. And that way you're eating for life rather than just for this short-term period. Well, that's it for today, guys. Enjoy some of these snack options. Let me know what else you'd like to hear about on the Daily Dollop. Also, if you're loving the show, please leave me a review. It helps spread the reach of the podcast and is a nice big win for solid nutrition information as opposed to the woo. But otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next episode.